so once they have these stress fractures, so how do you deal with them? And is there, like, with your experience, like a specific way of preventing this to happen, or is just the mechanics of the sports that you can not do much about it? Or
$64 million question, Mariana. If you could answer that, you would be a very rich lady. But yes, it's obviously a combination of a lot of things. So one is the action, so the type of action that you have when you bowl the ball. There's various things that people have tried to look at, which is what they call counter rotation, which is where the hips and the shoulders and the separation of those, and the greater that degree of counter rotation, the greater the risk of having a stress fracture. The amount of bowling that you do, obviously the more you bowl, the greater the stress or the greater the risk. The anatomy, so your own, your personal anatomy, you can have some, probably some subtle variations that would put you at more risk than another group. I think, and that's all a lot of things. That's your bony morphology, that's your, your muscle architecture, it's your height, all those things. How fast you bowl becomes another risk factor. So there's a huge amount of things, but probably the two, when I say the things that you can probably manage, one is the load, so how much you're bowling and those. So that's one thing you can manage. And I think the fitness side of things, the conditioning, your strength, are probably the two big ones that we're probably focusing on mostly at the moment to try and prevent these things. The action is, often what makes these guys and ladies do what they do, which is to bowl fast. It often the action they use is often looked at as being problematic. But if you change that, you potentially slow them down, which means they're not doing what they've been deemed to be good at. So changing actions is it's a difficult thing to do, but it's also potentially, it's a problematic thing to do in that it can actually stop them doing what they've been good at. So we probably look at the other end of things, which is to look at manage their bowling load really minutely, if you like, and then keep them strong, fit and strong, are probably the two big ones.